Hi guys, Ange here. Thanks for joining me and welcome to my channel Angelic Beauty and Flair. Now I'm probably a little bit later than everyone else with this video, but this is a video of my 2017 beauty favourites. I'm just covering makeup today as I do have quite a bit, but they are definitely products that I have reached for time and time again during the year. As I have said in past videos, if I have an item that I don't feel I'm going to utilise on a regular basis, I move it along from my makeup collection so that I'm only left with makeup that I am going to use on a regular basis. So without further ado guys, if you would like to see what were my favourites for 2017, just keep watching. Okay, so I have got them all spread out over my bed. What we'll start off with is primers. Now this isn't in my favourites only because of the price, but a primer that I really did enjoy during the year was the Giorgio Armani Prima Day Long Skin Perfector Trouble Zones Primer. Now I really do like this, but it is really expensive. I think in New Zealand it is around $134. I have found a primer that I absolutely love and think is very similar to that primer and is a lot more affordable. You can get it from sephora.co.nz for 52 New Zealand dollars, or you can purchase it on the Sephora website in the US, and this is the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Instant Retouch Primer, and I really love this and think it is very comparable to the Giorgio Armani, and it just is for my mature skin and my oily skin. I don't know what it is, but it just helps my makeup look pretty good all day. Also that's dependent on what else goes on top, but this really is a good primer. And then also my a tried but true and something I've had in my collection for many years is the Dr. Brandt's Pores No More Pore Refiner Primer. I really do enjoy this one as well. When it comes to foundation, there was only one foundation that I would put into my favourites for 2017, and it was the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place makeup. I didn't like this in years gone by as I found it very cakey, but they have reformulated it in recent times and I'm glad I retried it because it really is a very good long wear foundation on my skin that doesn't look cakey, and I am very impressed with it. For more of an everyday makeup or foundation base, I really love the Supergoop CC cream. I have a new one and I am nearly at the bottom of these two tubes. I have medium dark for summer, light to medium for winter, and then a lot of the times I combine the two. It has an SPF of 35 and I just enjoy wearing that for my everyday base. If you've been watching other videos of mine, my powder shouldn't be any surprise. It is the RMS Unpowder. I really love this for setting my foundation. I always set my foundation. It is so finely milled. You can get it in a tint or in this untinted colour, but it is so finely milled. Doesn't settle into fine lines. Really keeps me I feel quite mattified without being heavy. It's not like it's adding an extra layer to my skin. I even like it for blotting and touching up during the day. My eyebrow combination, I have discovered the Charlotte Tilbury Legendary Brows. I really like this. It has the most tiny brush on it with little tiny fibres. I like to use this first through my brows and then I finish off with the NYX micro brow just to fill in any gaps that I may have. I really love this brow. It has a spoolie on one end and your mechanical very fine tipped pencil on the other, and super affordable. So they were my go-tos for brows. As far as concealers go, I have been using a couple of concealers, but I'm still playing with them to see which one is my favourite, so I haven't picked a concealer favourite for this video. For contour, it is always my Kevin Aquan medium sculpting powder. I have it in this little palette here that was a limited edition, because for the price of 2 of the products I could get all 4 of these. It comes with the medium sculpting powder, a highlighter, bronzer and blush, so it's great for travelling. And then I also got it in this lovely little book, because this was a great value for money as well. And we in here get cream contour and powder contour, cream and powder highlight, and 4 eyeshadows. So I haven't dipped into the contour in that yet, but it is a great travel palette as well. Another contour that I do use, but I may not repurchase this due to the fact that it comes with 2 colours and I only use one, and this is the Marc Jacobs number 40 Mirage filter. I really love the tone of this contour powder, and as you can see I have hit pan. You can use this banana powder here for under eyes, but as I have more mature, dry, crepey under eyes, I am quite fussy about what I put there, so I haven't used that much at all. But I do love this colour here, but it is quite pricey if you're only going to use half of the product. As far as bronzers go, my 2 favourite bronzers of the year were this limited edition Marc Jacobs Omega Bronze in Tantastic. This is a beautiful bronzer. I absolutely adore it. It is a huge amount of product. It's 25 grams or 0.8 ounces. It was limited edition last summer, and I have heard that it is going to be re-released again for this coming US spring summer. If you are able to get your hands on it, I would. It is a very popular bronzer. It is in most people's favourites videos, and there is a reason why. My other bronzer that I really enjoy is from Charlotte Tilbury in the Film Star Bronze and Glow. This was the original palette. It comes with a highlighter, which is a very natural, beautiful highlighter, and bronzer. Eyeshadows. Eyeshadows are my thing. I love eyeshadows. I'll wear eyeshadows on a daily basis. My favourites are by far my single shadows. I have quite a few single shadows. This is my more neutral palette. These are all from Makeup Geek and Anastasia Beverly Hills, with just a couple of MAC ones in there. That's my favourite palette. I have some more neutrals with a few colours in there, and then a few extras as well. What I love about single eyeshadows is that you can have them in these large palettes like this, or you can get a small little travel size palette that will fit in around about 9 shadows, and it is great for taking on your travels. So they are my single shadows, absolute favourite. Then during the year I discovered a love for Charlotte Tilbury. And one of the palettes she brought out last year was her Instant Eye palette. I absolutely love this palette. It is just so easy to use. It's a no-brainer. You don't need to know what you're doing. It's all set out in trios for you. Just takes the thought out of it if you're in a rush and you just want to slap some makeup on and get out the door. You have a day eye, a desk eye, a date eye and a disco eye, or I've even mixed and matched those colours to create different eye looks, but I absolutely love this palette. Keeping in tune with Charlotte Tilbury, I also absolutely love her Instant Look in a palette, 5-minute face on the glows. I have 3 of them. This is the Smoky Eye Beauty, and in these palettes you get a highlighter, a bronzer, 2 cheek colours and 3 eye colours. Now I mix and match them all. You can use your bronzer as a transition eye colour. I use the cheek colours as eye colours, and I just get so much use out of these. A great travel palette. You'd have everything in one little palette if you were going away. And this one here is my favourite, Beauty Glow, with the more rosy gold colours in there. And then the Seductive Beauty, which is just stunning as well. So I absolutely love those palettes. So pleased I got my hands on them, as they are definitely up there in my top favourites. Another formulation of eyeshadows that came out last year that I just think is amazing, I just think these are incredible, are the Marc Jacobs iconic multi-finish eye palettes. I have 2 at the moment. This is 720 Glambition, and then I have the warmer one in 740 Scandalust. I love these palettes. They are a one palette, all in one. You have a brow bone and all over colour. You have your transition colours, pops of colours, the deepening colours. You don't need to dip into another palette when using these. I just think they're incredible. If you're buying from New Zealand, from sephora.co.nz, they are 74 New Zealand dollars, and if you are buying from the US, they are 49 US dollars. While we're talking about eyeshadows, of course my favourite eyeshadow base is the NARS Pro Prime Smudge Booth eyeshadow base. I use this on the daily. This is my 3rd tube, and I will continue to repurchase. Highlighters for the year. I have got a highlighter collection that is embarrassing. I absolutely love my highlighters. My 2 favourites are the Christian Dior Nude Air Luminizer in 001, and a more recent purchase, and probably is definitely not one I've used all of the year because it was a recent purchase, but this Hourglass Ambient Metallic Strobe Lighting Palette is just amazing. I'm wearing most of these products on my face today. I do have this highlighter palette. I've just swept all across all of the colours and applied it to my cheeks and the tip of my nose and my little cupid's bow. So I absolutely love this. I would highly recommend, if you can get your hands on it, that you do so. Blushes. Now I have come up with a pile of blushes, because mainly 2 brands, is because I love the brand and I love anything in this brand that they do in blushes. So the first one is Becca, and this is the Jaclyn Hill palette, and I just love the blushes that Becca put out. So I probably reach for Becca blushes the most. This is the Blushed with Light palette that has 3 shades in it. I love this for the fact that it's got a cooler, a more neutral bronzy colour, and a pop of colour in that palette. This is the Sun Chaser palette. This has a bronzer, a blush and a highlighter. And then I have one of the Jaclyn Hill splits, and I have a lovely pop of colour in Snapdragon. But I just love the formulation of these blushes. I love the luminosity they give. They're not flat, they're not too blingy, they're just perfect. The other brand of blushes that I really like are the Marc Jacobs Air Blushes. These are just super soft. This is Lines and Last Night. Then we have a more pinky one called Kinks and Kisses, a lovely neutral pinky colour. And probably my favourite neutral blush is the Flesh and Fantasy. You can get more of a pop of colour if you concentrate your brush at this end, or just sweep it across to get a blend of the colours, but these are just They're just a dream to wear and they are so flattering on the skin. And last but not least, I only have this palette of Hourglass blushes, but I would love to get more. I love the formulation of these. Once again, the same thing that I like Becca blushes for. I love the luminosity. I just love what it does to my skin, and I do love blush, but I think it's that little bit of luminosity that I really appreciate in my blushes. So that was blushes. I missed two products in the eye section, but cream eyeshadows. I have two formulas that I absolutely love. Absolutely have been enjoying this Tom Ford eyeshadow. I love the colour. This is called Young Adonis. It is a beautiful creamy gel that just glides on the eyes, easy to blend, and then sets to a beautiful finish. And then it has a powder topper as well if you want to add just a real slight wash of shimmer to your eyes. I also discovered the Charlotte Tilbury again, and this colour is in Marie Antoinette, which is my favourite colour of the two that I have, but the formulation of these are just beautiful. Now when you want to get out the door and have a really quick eye look, and you can just pop your finger in there, pop it all over your eye, bit of mascara, bit of lip gloss, and you're out the door, but you look like you've made an effort. Absolutely love these cream eyeshadows. My eyeliners and lip liners, they come from one brand, and he's taken it out, and I obviously enjoy his brand very much because looking at the table here, I've got blushes, a contour, eyeshadows, lip liner and eyeliner, and that is Marc Jacobs. The pout liner, my favourite lip pencil out of everything I've got, is this colour in Primrose. It goes with everything. It goes with my pinks, my neutrals and my peachy tones. Absolutely love it. It has the mechanical twist up so you don't need to sharpen, and I love exactly the same pencil but in the gel highliner, and this colour is in Blacker. It's great for doing your top waterline. And I also really enjoy these little skinny fine liner pencils. I have got them in a Blackberry and Blacker, but they are my favourite eyeliners. They are my favourite pencils. Getting down to mascaras, Marc Jacobs takes it out again for me this year, and I have really enjoyed the Marc Jacobs Velvet Noir Major Volume Mascara. This is just a travel size because I used up my big one. I love the big fluffy brush on this, and I just love what it does to my lashes. So that is the Marc Jacobs, and the only mascara that I put on my under eyes is the MAC Extended Play Giga Black Mascara. For lips, the two lipsticks that are my favourites in my collection is a really affordable Rimmel lipstick. This is from the Kate Moss collection. This is in the shade 55 My Nude. I love this lipstick. I absolutely love it heaps more than any MAC lipstick. It's super affordable, easily accessible, and I am going to buy lots of backups and try more colours. Another Charlotte Tilbury product that I tried this year was her Pillow Talk lipstick, and this is in the Matte Revolution formulation. Absolutely love it for a matte lipstick, as in lipstick. For a matte liquid lip, my favourite this year was the Too Faced Melted Matte, and the colour of this one is Sellout, and that is what I am wearing today, topped off with my favourite lip gloss by, yes you guessed it, Marc Jacobs, and this is the Enamoured lip gloss, and the colour of this is Pretty Thing. So I did try looking at Sugar, but I found it a little bit too light for my skin tone, and Pretty Thing was just perfect for me. And then last but not least, my favourite nail polish colour of the year is an OPI colour, and this is in Pale to the Chief. I am wearing it at the moment. I really like this. I struggle to find a nice neutral pale nail colour that's not too Barbie doll pink, too pale pink, or too white pale, and I found I really enjoy this colour here. I'm a little bit out of breath. I hope you enjoyed that, guys. That was all my beauty favourites for 2017. If you enjoyed that, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already and you would like to see more videos from me, please click the subscribe button. I would love to see you back. And I just hope you've all had a beautiful and wonderful day. I look forward to seeing you next time. Take care, everybody. See you later. Bye.